welcome to today's video. My name is Jenny if you're new here and don't know me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So today's video is going to be things that I find weird as an European living in Australia, and I will refer to myself as the European in this video. I just think it makes me unique because I am from Germany, which is in Europe, so you could say I'm European. I've never really thought about me being European, but it sounds kind of exotic, so why not, you know? It's kind of cool. So I will talk about things that I find weird that people do, or like that is common in Australia that I find weird. Now I hope this doesn't offend anyone. Also my voice is a bit cracky, do you say that? I don't know, because I'm European. I was a bit sick the last day, so my voice isn't the best if you notice it. That's just because I was sick. Moving on. Again, I hope this is not going to be offensive or anything. This is just things that we do different, and I don't mind people doing them. I'm just not used to it. But now the first thing I want to talk about is Vegemite, and I know this isn't really original, but it just doesn't go in my head how people eat it. I've tried so many times as a spread, and I don't even know how that would taste good. I see people eating it and I'm like, oh man, I really want to try it again, and every time I try it, it's just disgusting, and I just don't like it. It doesn't get into my head. I'm really confused about that one. Do people like it, or do they just pretend? I'm really confused. Here's a tutorial on how to spread Vegemite the right way. So the first thing that you want to do is get your toast, put a thin layer of butter on top, get your Vegemite, and then slightly put a really thin layer of Vegemite on. So now the second thing that I want to talk about is how Australians always tuck their bedsheets in. Americans might do that as well, or like some people in Europe might even do it, but I'm not used to it. Wherever I go, the blanket is just tucked under the bed, and you like slip in and you like can't really move the blanket because it's tucked in. And then they have like another layer of blanket over it, which is also tucked in, so that makes it even more secure. And they have like not one sheet, but two. They have like this one white sheet that goes over the mattress, which we do in Europe. I've never seen anyone having another sheet on top of this. So this is the mattress, and then the one sheet that you put on is like all over the mattress, and the second sheet just stops here, and you just tuck it in half of the mattress, and then when you go to sleep you like tuck yourself under it, which is like a second sheet. But I don't get it. Why would you need two sheets? Honestly, I don't get it. I hate when my blanket's tucked in. Yeah. I think in European hotels it's the same thing. So I think they also tuck the blanket into the bed, but every time I go to a hotel I just pull it out before I go to sleep because I just can't sleep with the blanket tucked in. It just doesn't work. I want to snuggle up, and if it's tucked in you can't really move it. So the third thing that I noticed is a lot of people use fake tan in Australia, which I first thought would be super weird because hello, it's Australia. There's just so much sun, and you just go outside for 5 minutes and get a tan. Then I thought about it, like tanning might not be really healthy here because the sun's so dangerous. You can get like cancer and stuff. I've used fake tan before, and I like it, but after a couple of times I just get over it because you really have to exfoliate and moisturize all the time. Make sure it doesn't like stick anywhere. Your whole bed sheets get all dirty, and your clothing, it stains on your clothing. I don't think it's common in Germany. Like some people do it, but here everyone does it. Maybe people in big cities do it. Look, I'm from a really small town. We have 800 people living in my town, so I have no idea about the biggest cities, but where I live, I don't know anyone that fake tans. Now the fourth thing that I find really interesting is that people say hi, how are you, as like a greeting, and they don't really want to know how you are. Like you don't even have to answer, you could just say hi back and then don't even answer the how are you, or you just say hi, how are you, I'm good thanks, how are you, and they don't answer. They just say hi. It's so weird. And the first time that I Skyped with a family for thinking about being an au pair, they were like, hi, how are you? And I was like, yeah, I'm really good, but I had a really long day and I'm stressed at the moment, but it's fine, like I'm really good. And they just looked at me like, girl, you okay? It's just a saying. I don't think they actually want to know how you are. So you just say good thanks and then move on with your life. the fifth thing that it's just different. People are really nice wherever you go. So if you go to a shop, they will say, "Hi darling, how are you today? Can I help you with something?" They are just so nice, but I think it might be really superficial. They're just nice wherever you go. You don't have to be afraid of people being like rude to you or something. I noticed that when I first came to Australia, and so in Germany at the airport, they look at your passport and they look at you, and they look at the passport and they look at you. They just don't smile. They look at you as if you're a criminal. They're not like saying, "Hey, have a nice day" or something. They just do their job. I arrived in Melbourne and this lady came up to me at the check-in counter and she was like, "Oh, hi darling, how are you today? Can I help you with anything? Why are you so nice? Is this a trap or something?" I actually really thought something's going on, because there's no way people can be that nice. Now I got kind of used to it, so when I went back to Germany for 3 months, people were not as nice as here, but still friendly, and I would be like, what is going on? Why is everyone hating their life so much? I don't get it. And then the next thing that I find weird, when I go shopping, people are always like, "How's it going? How's what going? My life? What do you want to know about?" I don't understand. So you just say good and then move on. Little thing that I find weird. The next thing that I found very interesting is people just casually walking barefoot around, which is I think really common in like the beachy areas. Byron Bay a lot. The Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast, like just at the beach, people don't really care about wearing shoes. And I also saw someone in the city the other day, like getting groceries and stuff, they do it without shoes. You don't see it as much in the city, but it does happen. And then I saw this man walking his dog barefoot, and I don't mind it, like you do you. If you want to go without shoes, that's fine, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't walk around without shoes. I wouldn't feel complete. I don't think you would ever see someone walk around barefoot in Germany, and if they do, something's going on. So number 8 is that the school year starts in January and February because their seasons are changed, and I didn't even think about that when I first came here a lot, but so their school year also changes, which does make sense. Our school starts in July or August, sometimes September if it's really late, and then it goes for 1 year, you know, not a big deal. But so number 9 is that voting is like not voting, but not voting is illegal, so you get fined if you don't vote, which is different in Germany. It's free, you can vote, and people recommend voting all the time because it's important for democracy for people to vote, obviously. So people encourage you to vote, but it's not illegal if you don't vote. Like, you don't get fined if you don't vote. And then number 10 is that people, when they go out, at least in the cities, they dress up really nicely. Like, they wear short skirts and short dresses and high heels and lots of makeup and like fake lashes and extensions and everything when they go out. And I think that's kind of cool sometimes. Like, I really like to dress up and get a nice dress on and feel really nicely. I do like that, but it's just different in Germany. Like, when we used to go out, we would just go out in jeans and sneakers and a t-shirt. You could barely see people with high heels on. I'm not sure how that is in the bigger cities. It might be really different. Yeah, people would probably dress up much nicer, but here, this is like extreme. I've never seen anyone dressing up like this. And the first time I went out here, I was wearing ripped jeans and like Converse sneakers, and I was just casually eating my pizza, and we went out, and I just saw all these girls in high heels and their dresses and like makeup and looking so nice. I felt so bad. I've never seen anything like that before. Another thing which kind of matches with that is that alcohol here is so expensive. A bottle of vodka would be like $50 or something, and in Germany you can get it for like 10 euros if it's the really cheap one. And here the really cheap one is still super expensive. So I usually try to get the happy hour and try to go to places where it's like really cheap, because if it's not, if you want to get drunk, you have to spend lots of money on drinking, because there can be places where a cocktail would be like about $25 for one cocktail, and then imagine that you just drink 2 cocktails and you already lost $50 for it. So that's a bit different in Germany. Number 11, which I will like close this thing off with, is that dinner here is the biggest meal, which is a bit different to Germany because our biggest meal is probably lunch. So we have breakfast and then lunch is like spaghetti bolognese, or I don't know, something really nicely, something delicious. Here you have breakfast and then you have like morning tea and then you have lunch, which would be like a small snack, like a small sandwich or something, and then you have afternoon tea, and then dinner is the big one. So it took my body a little while to get used to it. Obviously I'm not used to having like small snacks during the day and then have a big meal in the end. I'm used to have like 3 meals and then usually no snacks between that, and I think I prefer lunch being the bigger meal because you just get the energy that you need during the day and not at the end of the day, and you don't really have to starve like eating all those snacks during the day. I find myself snacking a lot because I'm just hungry and I really want something to eat. I find myself before dinner time, like at about 5 o'clock, so we eat at about 7:30 or something. About 5 o'clock I'm just getting really hungry, so it's hard for me to not eat something before dinner and then have dinner as well. So it's really hard for me to like wait for dinner, and then I get really tired before dinner, and then I have dinner and get this huge energy lift because obviously because I ate a lot. My dad always used to tell me that in the morning you have to eat. Like it would go, morning is really big, like you eat lots and lots of food throughout the day, and then it gets tinier and tinier. And sometimes in Germany I wouldn't even have dinner. I would have breakfast, a little snack, lunch, and then maybe have some fruit or vegetables in the afternoon and then go to sleep. Like I wouldn't have another big meal in the evening or even another meal, which is different here because you're like, when's dinner? This is kind of everything that I was thinking about, which I found weird coming first to Australia. There's still things in my mind that I see and I find weird or different. So if you want to have like another part of this video, part 2 of things that I find weird in Australia or that are different to Europe, feel free to message me or feel free to leave it down in the comments if you want to see another one. Let me know. You can write in the comments if you are from Europe and if you're living in Australia, or if you are an Australian, what things you find weird about maybe your own country, or what you find weird coming from Europe or coming from America or Asia or whatever. So because I would be really interested. It's just so interesting about learning about different cultures. So let me know. I would be really interested in hearing that. Subscribe to my channel if you like it, and you can turn on the bell notifications so you never miss a video when I post. I think that's kind of it with today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked it, hope you found it interesting. I'll see you next time. Bye.